This is AI Command App News. Here's what's moving markets and reshaping business today, Monday, June 22nd. Our top story, the price of artificial intelligence is now measured in natural gas. Chevron has signed a 20-year deal to supply natural gas to a massive new Microsoft data center in Texas. Let that sink in. Microsoft, a company that spent years branding itself as carbon negative, is now locking in 2 decades of fossil fuel just to feed the power demand of its AI. Why it matters: the AI boom has quietly become an energy story. Training and running these models takes staggering amounts of electricity, and the grid can't keep up. For investors, this is a signal. Watch the energy names, the turbine makers, the utilities. When construction giant CRH buys a GE Vernova supplier for $8.5 billion the very same week, that's no coincidence. The AI trade is becoming the power trade. Story 2. Enterprise AI just crossed the line. Samsung Electronics is rolling out ChatGPT Enterprise and OpenAI's Codex to employees worldwide, one of the largest corporate AI deployments yet. This is the moment the experiment becomes infrastructure. When a company the size of Samsung standardizes on AI tools, every competitor feels the pressure to follow. For business leaders, the question is no longer whether to adopt AI, it's whether your data is organized enough to actually use it. And that's the catch. AI is only as good as the systems it can see. Story 3, from the market's desk. Alan Greenspan, who chaired the Federal Reserve for nearly 19 years under 4 presidents, has died at the age of 100. Greenspan defined an era of central banking, the man whose every word markets parse for hidden meaning. His passing is a reminder of how much power sits in a handful of monetary decisions, at a moment when today's Fed is once again the most important player in the room. Speaking of the room, here's where markets stand. The Dow wavered Monday as the United States and Iran moved toward a 60-day peace roadmap, brokered with help from Qatar and Pakistan. Oil prices swung after renewed threats around the Strait of Hormuz. Gold steadied. The 10-year Treasury yield ticked up to 4.48% ahead of key inflation data, and SpaceX stock kept sliding, cooling off after its record-breaking IPO earlier this month. In deal news, AbbVie is buying biotech AbbVie Therapeutics for $10.9 billion, mostly to get its hands on a promising eczema drug. The takeaway for investors: geopolitics and inflation are back in the driver's seat, and the easy money from this month's IPO pop has already evaporated. And finally, the trend worth watching. On Hacker News, an open foundation model called Apertus, built for what its creators call sovereign AI, shot to the top with over 400 upvotes. The same day, Tencent began testing an AI assistant inside WeChat, and reporting surfaced that OpenAI's Codex tool was accidentally writing terabytes of data to users' local drives. The thread connecting all of it is control. Who owns the model, who owns the data, and who owns the consequences? Governments, enterprises, and developers are all asking the same question, and the answer is increasingly local. For business leaders, sovereignty is moving from a compliance checkbox to a competitive advantage. That's your AI news for today from AI Command App. The through line across every story: AI is no longer the future tense, it's an energy bill, a payroll line, a market mover, and a data ownership decision today. We'll see you tomorrow.